All right, what's going on, guys? Today we're checking out a video from Joe Fazer called I Hired a Fat Personal Trainer, and we're going to be specifically looking at the second half of this video where they basically debate between a fit personal trainer and a fat one, and they start to debate like the ethics of hiring a fat personal trainer, which I thought was quite interesting. I think I do have a decent perspective on this because I used to weigh 330 pounds. I lost all the weight, obviously. And so I can kind of see both sides of the spectrum. Now, I'm clearly not as jacked as this guy. I'm not even sure if he's natural or not. But yeah, I don't know. I thought this would be an interesting conversation. Check out the full video for more context because the first 7 minutes and 50 seconds showcase both of their training styles. And one thing of note is that the dude pushed him really hard, and the lady, while she didn't push him as hard, actually did push him through a pretty good workout from what I could see. So yeah, we'll go from there and see their little debate.
With two different personal trainers, two very different personal trainers. Now it's time for them to meet.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. This is nice.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
All right.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
We have Bobby and Rhiannon here. Bobby is a personal trainer. Rhiannon is also a personal trainer. And today they're going to debate, share their opinions on how personal training should be done.
This table will help do that. You see, I'll make a statement. It's then...
I feel like the table, though, it's just strongly agree and strongly disagree, which I feel like I'm just refreshing this to fix the playback options here, which I feel like is going to lead to a lot of unnuanced takes, because it's like you can agree with something but not strongly, or you can like kind of agree with something but not fully. So anyway, we'll see how that goes.
We have Bobby and Rhiannon here. Bobby is a personal trainer. Rhiannon is also a personal trainer. And today they're going to debate, share their opinions on how personal training should be done.
This table will help do that. You see, I'll make a statement. It's then Bobby and Rhiannon's decision where they want to put the cup in favour or against the statement I've just made. So without further ado, let the debate begin.
Body positivity is a dangerous movement.
See, like this is where I was talking about nuance, right? It depends what you mean by body positivity, right? So body positivity used to be like, you know, love your body and like strive to, you know, be the best you can be. It was especially really nice for people who had like amputations and stuff like that, or scars, right? But it's also evolved into a subsect of body positivity has evolved into this movement of like, don't care about your health and the whole world should accept you no matter what. Which I don't agree with, because it's like part of being positive for your body is wanting the best for it. So like back when I was 330 pounds, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, the world has to accept me and then die of a heart attack, right? Part of being positive about your body is actually striving to do better. And I'm not even talking about aesthetics, because there's the flip side where it's like a lot of these guys that say body positivity is bad or whatever, and will agree with me on that specific point, will then blast steroids, which is just as unhealthy for your body as being overweight. Honestly, to an extent, it could be more unhealthy because you have like cardiovascular hypertrophy and stuff like that, which is like when your heart gets bigger, which is really bad for you. So body positivity in the sort of like fat acceptance aspect of it, I don't think is good. It's okay to respect your body and sort of like love yourself or whatever, but you should be striving to be healthy.
Rhiannon, why have you gone for the disagree?
So I'm a big person, and I think that...
Which is fine. Like, you shouldn't be making fun of people for being fat or whatever, right? But at the same time, you shouldn't say, I'm fat, accept me, I can't get skinny. Or not even skinny, I can't get healthy, because like you don't need to be skinny. But to say it's okay to just like not care about your health is also a bad thing. The same way, like you shouldn't smoke or drink too much alcohol and stuff like that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
There's nothing like there's nothing wrong with it in the sense of like it's your body, it's your choice or whatever. But at the same time, don't pretend it's healthy. That's my big thing, right? I'm not saying she does that, but a lot of people do that. They'll say, oh, I'm 300 pounds, but I'm super healthy. Like, no, you're not.
Me as body
I don't care if it's 300 pounds of muscle and you're on steroids or you're 300 pounds of fat, it's not healthy.
Scientifically unhealthy.
I just feel that
Yes, it is unhealthy. Like there's no doubt about it.
someone should
Like you can have good health markers now, but over time, your health starts to decline when you're severely overweight. That's 100% the case.
feel
So a lot of young people will say, "Well, I'm healthy. My health markers are good." It's like, okay, be like that for 10 years and see what it does to you.
accepted and proud of their body if they're not meeting society's expectation of fit.
If someone's happy with
Again, it's not about society's expectations of fit. It's just about actually being fit. Like I said, I don't know if this guy's natural or not, but if he's not, then I would say he's also not fit in that sense. But even when someone uses gear and they lift, they still know what they're doing, right? Like they still had to build the muscle. They might have had an easier time doing it than someone who's natural or are beyond the natural ceiling, but they still know how to train, right?
the way they look, fine, you don't want help, yet you are saying, I feel good, I mentally feel good, physically, your body is screaming at you and saying, help.
Yeah, I agree. It's why I'm not over here.
It's okay to be
Oh, she only went slightly over. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and yeah, that's right. It's not healthy. Like if anybody's debating that, they're just lying.
overweight.
Like there was one study that said, oh, it's kind of healthy, or sorry, there's no difference between obese and whatever, but that was a short-sighted study that didn't track like the long-term effects of remaining obese.
/ obese.
And then of course one study says something and everybody clings to it when all the overwhelming evidence is to the contrary. See, again, what do you mean by it's okay to be obese? Like, it's okay as in it's okay, like you're allowed to exist and be obese, or it's okay in terms of like it's okay for your health? Because it's not okay for your health, but like if someone's gonna be obese, like that's their decision.
Okay. So being overweight, I obviously work with people who are overweight. They are putting themselves at risk of health scares. Quite unhealthy.
100%.
I mean, I wouldn't want someone to die.
My reason for going over this side, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with being bigger, because I think if we lived in a world that just said it was wrong or that it's not okay to be big, I think that would be disadvantage.
There's also an extent of like what's considered big, right? Like, for example, if we were to change this conversation to, is it okay to smoke? Some people might say, yes, it's their choice, or no, it's not healthy, right? So it's the same sort of situation, but what do you mean by like big? Because like there's a difference between being a little overweight and being morbidly obese, right? There's a big difference health-wise. Morally, I don't really care. Like a lot of people will say, oh, well, if you're larger, you put more of a strain on the medical system. Well, I don't see a lot of people complaining about smokers who fill up the air with friggin' nasty ass cigarette smoke that I have to smell every time I go in and out of a building. And that's more of a net negative for society, but whatever.
All the people
Like, oh, you being obese affects healthcare. Okay, you smoking in my face affects my lungs.
who are big, who maybe are big for various reasons. It could be a medication, it might be mental health, it could be
It's calories in, calories out. Like there are reasons somebody could be fat, but ultimately it is calories in and calories out. Like it's harder for some people because of ghrelin. I believe very much it's very little about metabolism for most people. It's mostly just you get hungry. Like I still have the hunger of a fat person, right? But I have to control it. I have to track my calories. I've never been able to sympathize with someone who can't get bigger, because it's so easy for me to just eat and I don't get full for a long time, right? So people that are fatter tend to have those types of hunger cues. So it is harder, but again, your metabolism is what your metabolism is. You eat less, you lose weight. You eat more, you gain weight. You eat the same, you maintain your weight.
something
There
that
is no medication that actually makes you overweight, because if that was the case,
Yeah, if there was a medication that makes you overweight, besides like the only thing it can do is lower your metabolism, unless the medication itself had calories in it, which it doesn't.
then they would be prescribing it to people who have anorexia, and that
Exactly.
would be solved tomorrow.
there are side effects of medication that can lead to people.
Yeah.
Are you a pharmacist?
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah.
No, I'm a personal trainer.
Yeah.
The way you become overweight is indulging into calories more than you're burning in a day.
Indulging makes it sound like someone is enjoying.
Yeah, like even if you're taking a medication that lowers your your metabolism, you can work out and do things to heighten that metabolism, or just eat less and maintain your make sure you're still getting your micronutrients, which is very possible. But it does also require a level of mindfulness, which a lot of people don't have. A lot of people just consume food without actually thinking about what's in the food.
Do you mean it to have that?
No, not necessarily. Not a lot of people enjoy the calories. I have a lot of clients I work with, and they will eat because of problems they've got at home, relationships and things. So when they come to me,
100%. Okay, so if you guys want to know why I got so fat, again, I was eating like a fat fuck. Like, I will admit that. I was eating pizza, chips, all this shit as a way to stress eat. I don't know if I want to go into it on YouTube, but there were factors in my real life that caused me to gain a lot of weight around the pandemic. A lot of not so great things happened. Also, some great things happened, but it was a very big change in my life that caused me to sort of default to self-destruction in that type of way. I would binge eat and stuff like that. So a lot of people who are morbidly obese, they have some sort of eating disorder, whether that be binge eating or whatever. A lot of them, it is binge eating. And yeah, it's a hard thing to get through. It's basically like an addiction. You have to kind of treat it like an addiction, but it's even harder than a regular addiction, right? Quitting, let's say, like quitting, like even some of the hardest drugs, you have to quit them, right? Like, but they're not everywhere in your day-to-day life. Whereas you still have to eat while also, controlling that. So it's not an addiction that you can just like keep out of your eyesight forever. You actually have to like control your eating, because you can't just quit food.
right, I will try and
Like if you were, and I'm not trying to take away from anyone who's addicted to anything, but cigarettes, for example, right? Those are a little more like, you see them around a lot, but you can keep them out of your house completely. You can't really do that with food. So you have to kind of like, you have to keep healthy foods in your house that aren't highly palatable and ultra processed and all that stuff.
wrap my head around why they might be that way.
Okay, let's. This will lead on to a question. So let's go back. Going off. Really enjoying that.
It's really nice, you know. Cold, you know.
Going off what we've just spoken about, being overweight is a choice.
Okay, this is always such a contentious thing. Is it your choice to be overweight? I've seen different perspectives on this. Like, nobody chooses to just be overweight, or people are choosing what they eat. Now, I look at obesity and being overweight as less of a singular choice and more of a series of choices that leads you to a particular place, right? If you slowly eat more than you're supposed to over a long period of time, every time you've eaten in a surplus, you've made a choice that has led to a result. Now, if people could snap their fingers and not be obese, most people would. So that makes people say, oh, it's a choice. But it's not a singular choice. It's a series of choices that lead a certain way. The same way, like, you could say addiction in a lot of ways, right? Being addicted to cigarettes or being addicted to drugs. It was a series of choices that led you to that addiction. Depending on the drug. Some drug you can take once and you get addicted. So that's a singular choice. But you guys see what I mean, right? Like, if you're not choosing to be addicted, but you made choices that led you there. The same way that you can make choices that lead you into being obese. So it's and then to lose weight, it's also a series of choices. So saying it's a singular choice, I think is a little disingenuous, but ultimately it does fall on you, because it's your body and you're choosing what's going in your mouth. Unless you're a child. If you're a child and your kids made you obese, then that's their fault.
You've remained in the neutral. Why is that?
Because I don't know what goes on in anyone else's head, so I'll talk about myself.
Yeah.
I don't choose to be this weight. I don't wake up every day and think I choose this to be like this. I don't wake up every day though and choose to eat in a calorie deficit. So I think I'm neutral, because the reason I am the way I am is because of my mental health, and I don't choose my mental health.
If something's affecting your mental health, you can't control that. What you can control though is what you eat. However, it might be hard. There might be times in your day where it is hard to control that, but you definitely can have the choice of whether you want to eat or be in a calorie deficit.
I disagree.
Okay.
I eat.
So, you can definitely choose. I've been there. It's hard, right? And the thing I don't like is a lot of these like single digit body fat, or like people who haven't, maybe not single digit, but like low digit body fat. A lot of them that are single digit because they're on steroids, but a lot of like people that have never been fat before will always be like, oh, just do this, just do that. And it's like, you don't understand how much hunger cues people have when they like people that can get to like the people that tell you not to eat too much, if you gave them $1 million, they could not get to 300 pounds because they just don't have those levels of hunger. Whereas people like her, they're not even trying to get fat. You think they're sitting there and being like, yeah, oh, I'm so full, but I'm going to keep eating. No, it's not like that. Like a lot of these people, you just like me, for example, I could down 8,000 calories, no lie. And that might make me full. Like when I go to all you can eat sushi, I can eat enough to make the waitress be like, are you sure you can eat all this? You have to pay more if you don't finish it. Like one time I went there with my wife. We were engaged at the time. I think this was like college. I wasn't big at the time. And yeah, I ordered enough apparently for 5 people and ate it. Like that's just how it be. But back then I was really into sports and stuff, so I was fine. But like I didn't gain weight. But like it's that level of hunger, and a lot of people, they stop moving when they get older. And that leads them to becoming obese. Like I know so many people that were like, I was so skinny in high school, but I gained so much weight. And it's like, yeah, because in high school you were weightlifting, you were doing gym, you were doing football, you were doing this, you're doing that. That has a lot to do with it too. So I forget where I'm going with this tangent, but ultimately you do choose how much, if she can't control her eating habits, at the very least, what she could do is, hop on a recumbent bike. It doesn't burn that many calories, but it's something, right? Or hop on an electric bike and just bike for an hour, right? Like do something, right? Do something to offset that. Like if I have a cheat day, right, which I schedule, because I literally, to be in maintenance, I have to plan out my calories and plan out my cheat days still, because that's just how I am, right? If I have a cheat day, I plan for like a nice big cardio session to kind of offset some of the extra calories.
As a form of self-harm. The reason I am the size I am is because, yes, in that moment, I guess I'm choosing. Yeah.
And again, you don't choose your mental health. Like I could go on all day about all my mental problems that have been a result of my childhood and stuff, right? Like that, right? But like there does come a point in your life when you have to take life by the horns and say, you know what? I'm going to continue to fight for myself, and I'm going to continue to strive for better, because while I can't control my past, I can control my future.
However, the
to an
opposite
extent,
for me,
You might not want to choose to do that.
the opposite for me is that I may not be sat here because my mental health is bad,
Well, I wish you all the best. I honestly do.
and that's the difference.
Should we leave it that one at that?
Yeah.
We've got one more statement. You need to be in good shape to be a personal trainer.
Okay, so this one, I might be a little bit controversial. In my opinion, and we live in like a capitalist society or whatever, right? If people are willing to hire a fat personal trainer, then fat personal trainers can exist. That's if there's a market for it, why not, right? If someone feels better about themselves because they're also overweight and they want to be with a personal trainer that's overweight, that'll kind of understand how they're like certain limitations of being really fat. Because what a lot of people don't think is when you're really, really fat, getting into certain machines and getting into certain positions and doing certain exercises is actually different, right? So if someone feels more comfortable hiring her over him, I don't have an issue with that. A lot of coaches are not in good shape themselves. Granted, someone like Eddie Hall might be kind of fat, right? I don't know if he's been cutting, but he might have been kind of fat at his strongest, right? But he's a strong man, right? So you don't really care about what his physique looks like. You just care about his knowledge. I from what I saw, like she's not bad for like a basic personal trainer. Like trust me when I say the bar of personal trainer, the bar for getting your certification for personal trainers, at least in Canada, is like on the floor. Like anybody can do it. But like if someone's willing to hire her, then I think there's a market for it. I don't think it matters.
So not necessarily, you don't need to be in like top tier shape to be a personal trainer. You can.
Also, I just realized that there's disagree and strongly disagree and agree and strongly agree. So yeah, before you comment that I missed that, yeah, I did. I'm dyslexic if you guys didn't know.
Be out of shape. The only exception being is if I personally think you've been in shape before.
That's a good point. If you have been in shape before and you're just old and like you kind of let yourself go a little bit. But again, what do you mean by in shape, right? Because like being a bodybuilder, like 5% body fat, that's not in shape. That's like out of shape, in shape, if that makes any sense. Like that's ultra conditioned to the point where you're not healthy. But if you have been in shape and then you gained weight after, you still retain the knowledge of what got you there. So 100% agree with that.
Always practice what you preach, and if you're going to talk the talk, you better walk the walk, because it will be a lot more motivating for someone who can then see if you can do it. Oh, well, I can do it. Morally, for me, I would go to someone who's in shape.
So he goes into the whole moral aspect. I don't think there is a moral aspect. Like, you're hiring a personal trainer. There's no morality behind it. It's not ethical or unethical to be a personal trainer who's fat. It's an I don't know what the word would be. It's an aethical statement. There's no ethics involved. It's like saying whether or not, like, not everything is an ethical quarrel, right? Like it's a quarry, or however you say that word. Not everything has to do with ethics.
Or at least has been in shape.
I have a variety of clients in terms of body weight and shape. People come to me because I can relate to their challenges. I feel that if the difference to somebody starting a health and fitness journey is because there's a bigger personal trainer who they can relate to, and that personal trainer knows what they need to do to lose weight, but actually right now is focused on good mental health and just being stronger in the gym. If that personal trainer can help one big person, then they should exist. And
I agree. I agree. Like who cares? Let her train people. If people are willing to go to her, and if her advice, because when people think personal trainer, they think, oh, diet, exercise, all this different stuff. Like, a lot of these personal trainers have nothing to do with nutrition. They're just showing you around the gym. So if someone feels more comfortable going with her just to learn how certain things work, and she's able to provide at least like a base level of knowledge, I don't see an issue with it.
they should be able to.
Like, a lot of personal trainers don't know a lot about the gym. Like, I think a lot of people overestimate how much they actually know. Like, personal trainers, at least at like Good Life and stuff like that, will just basically show you how the machines work. Like, it's not, they're not teaching you how to power lift or how to become bodybuilders. They're teaching people who have never been to the gym before the very, very basics. Like, to the point where, like, I honestly think the standard should be higher in terms of their knowledge, because a lot of personal trainers don't even know what progressive overload is.
Be a personal trainer.
I just personally wouldn't take advice off. Let's say, put it into example, I want to set up a business. I wouldn't go to someone who's never owned a business.
But
That's
would be
fair.
like going to a personal trainer who's
But at the same time, it's not like, she knows how to use the machines, and she knows how to do the exercises, regardless of whether or not it's been working for her, or whether or not she's pushing hard enough. She does know how to show somebody how to use things. Again, I personally wouldn't hire someone for personal training that wasn't, I mean, I don't really feel the need to hire a personal trainer ever, but if I were to hire a personal trainer, I'd probably want them to be in better shape than me. But again, it depends, right? It depends on who's going to her. Maybe the people going to her are in worse shape.
not a qualified personal trainer.
Right? Like, let's say she's about 300 pounds. Maybe the people going to her are 400 pounds, right? Like, there is a continuum.
That's different to this because I am qualified.
I feel like it's just
And yeah, again, the qualifications aren't that high, but she is qualified.
morally correct for a personal trainer
Again, morals have nothing to do with it.
to be in shape. That's all.
Morally correct. So the idea that you think that the way I exist in the world and the job I choose to do is morally incorrect, which is pretty much what you've just said, really bothers me. I show people they don't need to look a certain way to join a gym.
No, 100%.
Without me putting myself out there and doing what I do, they would never walk through the gym door because the gym is overwhelming. The fact that you feel that me doing that job is morally not great has bothered me because
You can do it. That's what you can do it. You can do whatever you want.
but it's morally incorrect.
If you're out of shape, then
So
it's unhealthy. Again, it's unhealthy.
Again, there's no morals about it, right? Like, it's not a moral statement. I don't think he meant it that way. I think when he says morally correct, I think he's just trying to say, like, it's not the way it should be. Like, I think that's what he's saying. Like I think it should be this way. I don't think he means it. I'm trying to steelman him here, because, like, him saying moral doesn't make sense, because, again, it's not a moral issue. But I don't think he actually means it's morally bad. Like, I don't think he means, like, oh, if you do that, you're a bad person. I think he more so means just it shouldn't be that way.
It's just unhealthy.
I think we have very
Like I think he's just saying it's not healthy. I don't think he's saying she's doing a morally corrupt thing.
different clients.
And I really don't think we do. I've got kids who are overweight, kids who are underweight, women who are overweight, women who are underweight. But I do have clients the
That's
exact
true.
same as you.
Who are scared to go into the
Oh, mate, I have to sit outside of the gym with 2 clients, and the hour that they paid for me, they were too scared to go into the gym.
All of my clients are that.
Yeah, I feel like everyone is a little bit intimidated to go into a new place.
I think
Her argument doesn't make sense. All of my clients are that. Well, yeah, because people who are more, like, you know, into gym culture are going to go for someone who looks more like him and not her. So the fact that all of her clients are like that doesn't mean that he's not getting clients that are like that. It just means she only attracts that specific subsect of clients, whereas he has a broader scope.
There is a difference. Because
I don't think there is.
you say that your clients come to you because you are the body that they want.
No, not necessarily. I've got women. I don't think women want to look like me.
Okay,
Fair.
so in shape then.
Well, yeah.
My clients see success as me because mentally I'm existing in the gym.
Again, if he's natural, then I'm totally fine with everything he's saying. But if he is on gear, then it does take away his credibility a little bit, just because it's like, oh, I'm healthy, I'm fit, but it's like you're injecting a needle
So Rhiannon, would you say
to get bigger muscles, like.
that your main goal for your clients is not?
And again, the same way I don't care that she's fat and or overweight and she's so, you know, she self calls herself fat. Like, I don't go around calling people fat. That's rude. But the same way she doesn't mind that she's overweight, if he doesn't mind that he's on steroids, it's his choice. Again, I don't know if he is, right? I've seen some conversations about whether or not he is. I haven't actually looked into it. I'm sure there's an answer, but it's people's personal choice, right?
Necessarily to get them into shape.
Yeah, no, not at all. My main goal is to get them started on their health and fitness journey.
100%.
But you think it's about getting in shape. I don't.
And mentally. I just said mentally.
But my thing is, like, I'm a personal trainer to help an individual do things safely.
The exact same as me.
I think with Bobby, it's
We
always,
both agree.
it's always coming back to being in shape, though. I am a personal trainer to help individuals come into a gym and safely navigate equipment and how things work. It's not about being in.
I 100% do that too. I've helped so many people like yourself.
I wouldn't go to you as a personal trainer personally.
No worries, that's fine.
Why is that?
I want someone who
I mean, he could just say, well, I wouldn't go to you either.
isn't going to make me feel bad for existing in this body.
I don't want you to feel bad. I want to help you.
The approach is very different, though, and I think.
I really don't think it is.
I think it is, and I think we appeal to different people, and fundamentally, I think that's the difference.
They do appeal to different people because there are people who genuinely don't like fit people. This is a thing that I've seen. There are certain people who legitimately don't like there. I think there's a subreddit about it. There's people who literally do not like people who are fit. Steroids are not, right? Like, I'm not referring to like steroid people. There are people, and I've met these people that like treat you one way when you're big, and then when you lose weight and stuff, they treat you another way. It's very toxic. And on the flip side, like, there are people who would treat you worse. A lot of people who would treat you worse when you're fat, and then when you lose weight, they'll treat you better, right? Those aren't the types of people you want in your life on either side, but they do, I think, appeal to different people, because there are people who are going to look at him and just be like, nah, and then they're going to look at her, and because they want an ego boost or whatever, they're like, oh, that's a better trainer for me. Unfortunately, people aren't that great.
In my job, I exist in the gym to bring people in, show them how to do things safely.
But again, it's fair. Like, she's never, if she would gained a lot of weight after, like, being like a power lifter or, like, you know, used to be in shape or whatever, then yeah, I'd have like most people would be like, okay, that it is what it is, right? Like, you're not practicing what you preach anymore, but you're still doing it. Whereas, like, she was never in that type of shape. Which, again, if she's just helping people navigate the gym, I don't think there's an issue with that, because there's a market for it. But at the same time, like, I don't think a lot of people would want to go to a personal trainer like that unless that's specifically what they're looking for. And that's why she has that type of clientele. It's not because they all don't go to him. It's just because a lot of them are more attracted to her in that sense. Not... You guys know what I mean. Attracted to her style.
But I'm morally incorrect, and you're morally
Again, I don't think there's a moral issue with this.
right. So what's the difference there?
Well, I would say I'm physically healthy and you are physically unhealthy. That's the only
As long as you're natural, I'd agree.
difference. I'm not saying I'm better nor worse. The question being is,
Yeah, see, he says, I'm not saying I'm bad or worse. So when he says morally, I don't think he actually means morally. We all do that sometimes, where we use words that don't mean the thing we say. Right? So I don't think he means like morally as in like you're a bad person. I think he just means like that's the way it should be. That's what he's trying to say.
is it okay for a personal trainer to be in shape or out of shape? I would say a personal trainer has to be in shape. It's a health industry, it's a fitness industry.
Yeah.
The fitness industry is full of unhealthy people.
Got to be healthy.
You don't have to be, though.
No, you don't. That you've got free will. You can do whatever you want. I hope you carry on doing your job and you keep continuing to help people. It's all that matters at the end of the day. You're actually helping people, so... Oh, well done. I mean, yeah.
I really believe that our client base is different, and I think that's what's bothered me, is that every time I've said it, you have point blank told me no, they're the same.
I can see where you're coming from, totally. You will have different clients. We don't have the same clients. But I do have clients, probably with similar attributes.
It's very clear that these two just don't agree. But what side of the argument are you on?
So at the end of the day, I don't think it matters what size your personal trainer is if you're willing to hire that person, right? If people are willing to hire her, fine. If people want to hire him, fine. But at the same time, like, I do definitely feel like his argument about morality, I think she took the wrong way, because I don't think he meant morality. I think he was just saying that, like, if you're in the fitness industry, you should be fit. I don't think he meant she's a bad person. And I think she took it that way. That's why she was mad at him. And towards the end, she seemed really, like, bitter about it, because she's looking at it as an attack on her identity. And I don't think he meant it that way. Like, he's kind of like a gym bro, right? He's not thinking about, like, he's not thinking of it in, like, an actual debate sense. He's just, like, giving his opinion. And I think she feels personally attacked by it, which I can kind of understand, because he said morally, but I really don't think that's what he meant. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think it's okay to be a fat personal trainer? Again, I personally, to me, it's like, if there's a market for it, it's fine. If people want to be fat, it's their choice. If people want to use steroids, it's their choice. But at the same time, like, this whole, like, the fitness industry needs to be fit thing, I agree with that if he also extends that to people that are blasting steroids, right? Because, like, if you're using steroids and you're talking about fitness, unless it's like HRT and you're like 50 something and, like, you're not producing testosterone, I don't agree with it, right? Because it's like, you're not fit just because you have huge muscles, right? Like, you know, being how old's that one kid that hopped on HRT, like 22? Like, being 22 and hopping on HRT so you can get bigger, like, I'm sorry, that's not a form of fitness, and that's, like, one of the biggest fitness influencers. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the video. I've ranted on long enough. See ya.